You are listening to a MetalExpressRadio.com interview. Enjoy.
Hi, this is Mick Burgess, and I'm joined today by Tony Hernando from Lords of Black. Tony, how are we doing?
Very good, very happy to be here in Newcastle. As the little I've seen outside is beautiful, looks like a beautiful city. So very happy to be here with you.
Yeah, it's really nice to talk to you. Your second album, Lords of Black 2, was released earlier this year. You must be pretty pleased with the reaction you've received so far.
Unbelievable. It was very good with the first album also, but because the first album was a self-released, it's becoming like a kind of underground cult album, and is great for that. But obviously with a label like Frontiers Records releasing the album worldwide, obviously is a game changer for us. The album is being very well received both from bands and media and press, and we are really happy with the reaction so far.
So you've noticed a big change in how things have developed with having the backing of Frontiers now. You now been able to put your vision of what you wanted Lords of Black to be into reality now.
Yeah, definitely we are in that way. Hopefully with the next one, things will be getting bigger and better. Not only because of the Frontiers thing, obviously because the association we have now with Rainbow and Richie Blackmore, that absolutely changed everything for us. Absolutely.
Because your first record came out in 2014. I mean, how long had you been together as a band before that came out?
We are gonna be 3 years in a couple of months, so it's a very young band. Like in maybe 1 month and a half or maybe 2 months before Ronnie and me started to put this thing together, we went to the studio for recording the first album. So considering all, is like we are going really fast. Like not even 3 years, and we have 2 albums. We have we've been touring since the beginning, so things looking great.
And is this your first record as a musician then that you've ever made?
No, I was a solo artist before this, doing some instrumental records with Mike Terrana on drums. So instrumental stuff like Steve Vai, Yngwie Malmsteen, Joe Satriani, those kind of guys. In the label from Finland, Lion Music, quite successful actually. Two or three of my solo albums went really successful in 2003, 2005, 2007. Also, I was in a Spanish metal band, very important at the time, by the name of Saratoga. So I recorded with them three studio albums and a live DVD, and we were touring really a lot. So a lot of albums I've done already.
Yeah. Because you're from Spain, and rock music is very popular in Spain. What was the music scene for you? What was it like growing up in Spain for you when you were a child, when you were younger?
When I was a child and a teenager, well, all I can remember is music in general was so different to what it is today, and I think we as little ones and teenagers, we felt the music, and we relate to the music quite differently than the guys nowadays. I remember clearly saving all the money I got from my parents or my grandparents for buying a vinyl or going to a concert. That meant the whole thing for me, and now you have these guys, these boys, having the whole discography from any band in just 5 minutes, downloading, and it's crazy. It's I don't know. For me, it's the whole thing is completely different, and I don't know for how long this situation can be like this. I don't know.
So how did you first hook up with Ronnie and the other guys in the band? How did you first meet? Because I know Ronnie's from Chile. So how did you all meet?
Ronnie was already living in Spain for quite a few years now, and in 2013 I got to organize a Ronnie James Dio tribute concert in Madrid with the best musicians of the rock and metal scene over there. So I kind of put up all-star band, being me as the guitar player and musical director, bass player, keyboard player, a few drummers, and 6 or 7 of the best vocalists of the scene there, for covering like 23, 25 songs of the whole career from Ronnie Dio. So I didn't know Ronnie, and in the very first moment in the rehearsals, it was clear that he was the best out of all of that, and especially because he really got the vibe of Ronnie's voice and the texture, and that's kind of, his voice really sounds like Richie say that cross between Ronnie Dio and Freddie Mercury, and I agree absolutely. So because Ronnie James Dio was and still is probably my favorite rock metal artist of all time, and all my childhood is Holy Diver, The Last in Line. The Last in Line is my favorite album of all time, and Vivian Campbell, one of my first guitar heroes, as well as Gary Moore. So just playing along with Ronnie, it was something very strange moving inside of me. It was like, actually, it's like almost playing with Ronnie James Dio. So I was the happiest man on earth, and I didn't know that my band Saratoga and his projects at that time were going to come to an end that very same year, because we felt like love at first sight, music and everything, but we didn't know when we were going to be doing something together. We didn't even talk about that, nothing, because I'm very professional. I couldn't be doing something behind the backs of my other mates, no, whatever. But my band ended, and his projects too, and it was instant.
It's meant to be, isn't it?
Something like that. And from the very beginning, it was very special. The chemistry and the vibe we have together. We have the same influences. We love the same singers: Paul Rogers, Freddie Mercury, David Coverdale, Journey. We are huge Journey fans. So it definitely was meant to be, and the first album was an incredible joy to make, and we have a great vibe. I think the best is yet to come. I'm completely sure.
Yeah. So how do you see yourself developing from Lords of Black to what's the next step for you?
Right. It's like the first album. It was written like in 2 months, and we were actually knowing each other. So in the second album, we already had the experience of being touring for a year. So we knew already what type of songs and choruses and passages or whatever people reacted better to. So unconsciously, the second album was very biased by that, by the live experience. So we went to the studio with songs that, as you can see in the album, are more straight to the point, more simpler, but just better songwriting, better going to the point with the details and everything.
So there's more light and shade as well, more contrast between parts of the songs as well.
That's right. And I guess, I'm right now at the first stages of writing the new music for the new album. It's very soon to tell, but I feel we are developed because for sure we don't want to have any artistic limits here. It's wherever comes, as far as it feels right and it feels honest, it's gonna be. So as you can see from the covers we made live or on their bonus tracks for the bonus releases, we do a lot of stuff like Innuendo or Lady of the Lake or Tears of the Dragon from Bruce Dickinson. We have done even only by Anthrax, which is a thrash metal band. So we are very open.
Very versatile as well. Yeah. I mean, you're not worried that he's going to pinch your singer full time, though, are you?
Well, has been very special and very the whole thing, because I remember when Richie called Ronnie, and I was the first person, a part of his wife, to know the notice, and I didn't get scared or angry or whatever. First, as a friend, as a bandmate, I just told Ronnie, congratulations, you deserve it. I'm very happy for you. But in that very first moment, both of us, we knew that was gonna be better for him and for Lords of Black. We didn't see any obscure negative point of view to the situation, not at all. We just were waiting for instructions and details from Richie about the shows, how many time, rehearsals, if there is any exclusivity involved or whatever. Nothing about that.
Yeah.
Richie was, I love your voice, I want to help you and the band, who I think is fantastic. He was a completely gentleman.
I mean, also it's been great sort of publicity for you as well, because now people are thinking, oh, you're singing from Rainbow.
That's
then,
right.
Oh, I'll go and check this album out. And when people hear the album, they'll be thinking, hey, this is pretty good. Go back and get the first one as well.
That's right.
So it's a win-win for everybody, I think.
We'll be forever thankful and grateful to Richie for this.
Yeah. I mean, as a fan of Rainbow, if it wasn't Ronnie Romero singing Rainbow, who would you have chosen if you could say, right, Richie, you're going to do 3 shows and you're going to do it with this singer? Which singer would you pick?
A part of the actual old guys, because
none of the old guys.
Right.
It's got to be somebody.
Ronnie is not anymore. Graham Bonnet, he sings only his songs quite well. I don't know. Many fans expected Johnny Turner to do that thing.
Yeah.
I think it could be natural that, but a part of Ronnie, I don't know. Maybe Jorlande is one of the guys that has a Dio vibe to his voice. Maybe Nathan James from Inglorious could do something in that vein.
It must put your plans up in the air a little bit. So, what's 2017 in store for you? Are you going to write some more music together, maybe record, and then Ronnie, you'll go and do his bit with Richie?
Right. Yeah. Next year is obviously for writing the new album and recording the new album. We'll have a few live shows also, and we will have some of the most important summer festivals in Europe, so that's gonna be great. I can tell which ones now because they are not announced yet, but it will be great, because in one of those shows you get to a much wider audience than going and doing clubs like this for months and months and months. So it's a very, very nice exposure for us. In just one shot you get to many people, and probably tentative release of the new album at the fall of next year, or maybe beginning of 2018. Ronnie will be doing this June stint with Rainbow. So
do you know if they're planning on writing together, or is that still some way off at the moment? It's just live shows.
I can tell you. I'd love to see a new Rainbow album somewhere in the future.
Yeah. Well, Tony, it's been an absolute pleasure.
My pleasure.
Best of luck with the short night for the rest of the tour.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure to be.